Hey, good morning, everyone. It is 7 a.m. Well, good morning. Good morning. John Henry Soto here. Welcome. It is February 3rd, 2021. It is 7 a.m. It is Wednesday. Uh, Wednesday? Yeah, yesterday, all day yesterday, I thought it was Wednesday. This is what happens. And then the snowstorm kind of like, you know, I got a little snow blindness, mental snow blindness on that. Um, But yes, it is Wednesday. So hope everyone is having a nice morning out there, getting ready to start your day. And if you are listening to me, I do appreciate you taking the time to spend a few minutes. I go about 20, usually between 23 and 25, 26 minutes is the length of this. Try to keep it to that, and it's been going very well. I've been getting some nice positive feedback. I appreciate everyone. If you do enjoy what I'm doing, please, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it if you think somebody will find value on it. And also follow me on Instagram as well. I'm not live on Instagram now, but you can follow me there. It's just my name, John Henry Soto. Actually, my name is on all platforms, John Henry Soto. You can find me, and I'd love to have you and to answer any questions you may have, and to start a friendship. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you. So today we're talking a little bit about now safeguard. This is number 12. So, of course, if you're tuning in for the first time, I am doing the precepts of this book, which is called The Way to Happiness by L. Ron Hubbard. And there's 21 precepts. It's not necessarily a religious book. It's not a religious book, actually. It's a book of with 21 precepts on how to live a better life and how to just be happier, right? And so I've been following these precepts for a very, very long time, sometimes succeeding, sometimes failing, and it happens. Luckily, you know, we're aware enough to know. I think everybody kind of knows. I know when I screw up. Um, and this today we're up to number 12 on the 21 precepts. We're going all the way to 21. And then at that point, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. I might do something. Maybe I'll start at 6 a.m. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but here we go. So I'm going to start reading out. Today's chapter is long. It's a long one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to um, read set portions of it, and then we'll discuss it. If anybody has any questions on that, or let me know. Also, if you are interested in your own copy of this book, there's a smaller booklet that I will send you. Um, it's free. I'll send it to you. And it has all the precepts, and you can read them on your own. It's not a book like this one, but it's a small booklet which has it's the same thing. It just has some less writing, and I don't know. I'm not even sure if it has less writing. I think it's the same thing. It's just made into small booklets that you can hand out. But yeah, it has everything. So I will send it to you, and all you have to do is just email me at johnhenrysoto@protonmail.com and just put in the title, The Way to Happiness booklet. This way I know that it's coming. It's regarding that. All right. So today's precept is called, it's number 12, Safeguard and Improve Your Environment. And I'm just going to read some portions of it here. So it's number 12-1, because there's a couple of sections on this one. First one is be of good appearance. It sometimes does not occur to some individuals that they do not that they do not have to spend their days looking at themselves, that they form part of the scenery and appearance of others. And some do not realize that they are judged by others on the basis of their appearance. Boy, that's so true. Huh? While clothes can be expensive, soap and other tools of self care are not that hard to obtain. The techniques are sometimes difficult to dig up, but can be evolved. So then it goes, he's going on about talking about society and society's. Well, I'll read this one little section here. It says, in some societies, when they are barbaric or become very degraded, it can be it, it can even be the fashion to be a public eyesore. Actually, it is a symptom of a lack of self-respect. So basically, look good. I wonder if that counts for my this thing. I like it, but so then he ends off this one section here with encourage people around you to look good by complimenting them when they do, and even gently helping them with their problems when they don't. It could improve their self regard and their moral as well. I guess that's a touchy subject, right? Going on telling somebody, yeah, that thing you have on, you kind of look, I don't know, it's not, you, you're making me very uncomfortable with that. So it has to be very delicate, right? But I think if, I mean, I usually try to wear things that not a lot of people wear. I'm not a shopping guy. I don't like to go to department stores, and buy clothes. I like to go to thrift stores and shops that have things that you wouldn't normally find. Like this kind of sweater I found and this jacket. Jacket has no buttons, but I wear it all the time because it's just a cool jacket. A little short on the sleeves, but um, and then this hat that I got, which I really like, this skull cap. This actually I got from the church, but so there's a lot of different ways to go about to kind of look good, right? And not that I look good now. I'm just reading here. I might have to look at myself in the mirror later on and be like, what am I going for here? What yesterday I looked at photos of myself from the show, and I looked like a really hip, cool priest, like a priest from like New York City in the village, like from a really cool church. Anyway, all right. So number 2, which is 12-2, take care of your own area. When people mess up their own possessions and area, it can slop over into your own. When people seem to be incapable of caring for their own things and places, it is a symptom of their feelings that they don't really belong there and don't really own their own things. When young, when young, the things they were given had too many cautions and strings attached, or were taken away from them by brothers, sisters, or parents, and they possibly did not feel welcome. The possessions, the rooms and workspaces, the vehicles of such people advertise that they are not really the property of anyone. Worse, or a sort of rage against possessions can sometimes be seen. Vandalism is a manifestation of it. The house or car nobody owns is soon ruined. Those who build and try to maintain low income housing are often dismayed by the rapid rapidity that which with which can ruin set in, which ruin can set in. Oh boy. Good morning. Sorry about that, folks. I'll give you that again. Those who build and try to maintain low income housing are often dismayed by the rapidity with which ruin can set in. The poor, by definition, own little or nothing. Harassed in various ways, they also come to feel they do not belong. But whether rich or poor, And for whatever reason, people do not take care of their possessions. People who do not take care of their possessions and places can cause disorder to those about them. I am sure you can think of such instances. Ask such people what they really do own in life and if they really belong where they are, and you will receive some surprising answers and help them a great deal too. All right, then he's talking about organizing, and the final on this section is to protect your own possessions and places, get others to take care of theirs. Excuse my reading. I'm so weird. I'm a really good reader. I mean, an out loud reader, basically. Through auditions and a lot of learning monologues and having to speak loud and having to speak in front of people and films and all that stuff. But when it's this early, for some reason, my mind, I need to get my brain a little bit more active. So let's try this one. There's number 3. I believe this is the last one. It's about 4 pages long, but I'll read. I won't read all of this. All right. So number 12-3. Again, if you're interested in reading these, please email me at johnhenrysoto@protonmail.com with the title "The Way to Happiness" booklet, and I will send you one free of charge. Just message me, okay? And this offer is good until the end of Febrero. February, the end of the month. I'll be done with all precepts by then. Okay, so let's continue here. This one is 12-3. Help take care of the planet. Here's an interesting one, huh? The idea that one has a share in the planet and that one can and should help care for it may seem very large and to some quite beyond reality. But today, what happens on the other side of the world, even so far away, can affect what happens in your own home. Recent discoveries by space probes to Venus have shown that their own world could be deteriorated to a point where it can no longer support life, and it possibly could happen in one's own lifetime. Cut down too many forests, foul too many rivers and seas, mess up the atmosphere, and we have had it. The surface temperatures can go roasting hot. The rain can turn to sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. All living things could die. One can ask, even if that were true, what could I do about it? Well, even if one were simply to frown when people do things to mess up the planet, one would be doing something about it. Even if one only had the opinion that it was just not a good thing to wreck the planet and mentioned that opinion, one would be doing something about it. Care of the planet begins in one's own front yard. It extends through the area one travels to get to school or work. It covers such places as where one picnics or goes on vacation. The little which the litter which messes up the terrain and water supply, the dead brush which ignites fire. These are things one needs not contribute to, and which, in otherwise idle moments, one can do something about it. Planting a tree may seem little enough, but it is something. So here he's talking about a little bit about other countries, and here we go. There is no lack of technology, but technology and its applications cost money. Money is available when sensible economic policies which do not penalize everyone, are followed. Such policies exist. There are many things one can do to help take care of the planet. They begin with the idea that one should. They progress with suggesting to others they should. Man has gotten up to a potential of destroying the planet. He must be pushed on up to the capability and actions of saving it. It is, after all, what we're standing on. If others do not help safeguard and improve the environment, the way to happiness could have no roadbed to travel on at all. All right. So that is interesting, that last one about taking care of the planet, because we have this whole controversy about global warming and what people are doing, and we're gonna die in 12 years per AOC's said we're gonna die in 12 years if we don't stop eating cows and stop flying in airplanes. Is that true? I don't know. Do I think we're gonna die if we keep eating cows? I mean, I wish we didn't have to eat cows, we probably don't have to eat cows. Um, but I was a vegetarian for about 3 years and could easily do it again. I think I don't even know really why I stopped. I think I'm one of those guys that likes variety in life and likes to try things and likes to explore the time that I have here on this in this lifetime here. And but the whole not eating meat or the whole planet situation, it's very controversial because a lot of it gets tied up into political stuff, and then it's a political battle. It's not necessary, and it's a financial battle. It's how much money is being put towards certain things that are not really going there, and that's been proven also. So it gets escalated. Per um, we were supposed to be gone already, basically, right? The world was supposed to be gone. Per I forgot his name now. He wrote that. He was vice president of the United States. Dan Quayle. Dan Quayle. Was that his name? Yeah. Um, per his book, we were supposed to pretty much be done by now. Um, I don't know. Did we change things that actually kept us here? AOC is saying now we have 12 years and we shouldn't worry about money problems, or we shouldn't worry about the economy, or we shouldn't worry about taking money away from people that work and giving it to these causes. I don't know. Is that accurate? Is that the right thing to do? Take somebody's money, whether they're rich or not. They're coming for everybody's money, right? Through taxes, highest taxes are right around the corner. So depending on where you live, obviously, right? New York and California have the worst situation going. But when you're talking about the planet and you're talking about our responsibility, I think that's really the key thing. What's in the book here is, it starts in your own home. It starts taking care of your own things. And I have two kids, and I try, you know, you buy them something and then they stop playing with it, or they mistreat it, or they treat it badly. My first reaction is to say, hey, I bought you that, don't break it, or I'm going to take it away. I don't do that um because of this material that I've had for 20 plus years of my life. So I already knew consciously that, okay, I'm not going to do that when I have kids, so I don't do that with them. But sometimes they are like, "Ugh, okay, if you okay, break, so then I just realized, I was like, yeah, I mean, if you want to break, I just tell them, yeah, I mean, if you break it, you break it, right? It's yours, right? You can do whatever you want with it. And usually they're kind of like, oh yeah, it's, why would I break this, um and I think that makes it sort of make them feel like, oh yeah, this is mine, this isn't daddy's didn't lend me this until I'm done with it. It's mine, I own this. And I think it's like that with a lot of things with children, but even adults, especially, we don't realize it, but when you go to work for someone and you get a position with with certain responsibilities, depending on the boss that you have, you might have a boss that's very in your face, or what do you call those bosses that I haven't worked in an office in so long, but they kind of like just really um what the hell is that called? I'm forgetting things. They just get in your business a lot and they try to control. They're control freaks, right? And they're control freak managers, right? And they're constantly, in your work and trying to find out what you're doing, and saying like, well, listen, no, you have to do it this way. I hired you for this reason, and and that becomes a little bit of a, really, really a negative thing to work in an environment where you're not really given the chance to really blossom and to really do your own, to really hold the position and have the position. It's a little like that also, where you have that environment where you're not able to really operate, or you're being made to feel like you don't own the job, that they own you, and they're just giving you a little bit of a piece of giving you a little bit of money to just take care of one thing, but you want to do more. I remember I remember working at a one of the health clubs that I worked in many years ago, and I I knew that there was issues at the front desk, and I knew there were issues. I was operations manager for this facility, and I knew there were problems there, and I had and have, but at that point, I had a lot of experience managing front desks and staff, basically. And I thought to myself, maybe I should go to the owner of the company, the gym, and ask her at the time, if she needed any extra help, or if she wanted me. I wasn't asking for a raise. I wasn't asking for any more money. I was literally saying I want to help in other ways, and I called a meeting with her, and I sat down, and I said, I don't know if, I have a lot of experience in this area. I said, if you want. And she just looked at me. She was like, John, just do your job. That's all I ask. Just do your job. And I was like, okay. I was like, I was offering a little bit more love and a little bit more support, but I was like, yeah, that's fine. No problem. So I did. I just did my job. She lost the place, had to sell it for like almost nothing. A beautiful facility that could have thrived all with just a couple of tweaks, positions, too many jobs in there. My position, to be honest with you, was not really needed. Operations manager should have been just a regular general manager, one fitness person. They had like two or three different fitness people for like a 16,000 square foot facility, which is not needed, you know. So they were bleeding money basically. So these are some of the things that me and another guy who was the financial guy there, were trying to kind of help. Um, but I remember really feeling like I didn't own my position. Like I was not, I mean, operations manager would help the company operate. And this kind of like safeguarding your environment, it kind of, when he talks about, you know how other people's messes can sort of like seep in on you. um the management was, or the ownership was just a mess, and didn't really seem to allow other people to really help them. And the result was pretty obvious. When we heard the news, we were like, oh, we knew that. Shortly after that, new owners came in, and they did what they were supposed to do. They laid me off right off the bat. Um, which was, I couldn't even be angry, because I kind of knew that that would happen. I was hoping that they would keep me on in another position, but they didn't. I got laid off, and you know, they did the necessary things to salvage the place. They ended up losing it as well, and it's really difficult to have a facility if you're doing it for money. If you're doing it because you want a business and you want to make a lot of money, then it's not really a good reason to get into the health club industry. I'm kind of veering off a little bit, but um, you need to have a real passion for it, and you need to be there 7 days a week if they're open, that um, and make it your home basically, and make the community know that you're there, and get the community involved, and have a lot of events, have a lot of open houses, and get involved with the mayor and the city as much as you possibly can with events. So that's how you do it. But anyway, just to get back on track here. So yes, saving your, safeguarding your environment, um, making sure that you look presentable. You know, um, I don't know if what I have on is presentable, to be honest with you, but you know, this is how I look, and I've been looking like this for quite some time. Um, but I do feel that there's a certain judgment on how you look, and I sometimes I wear kind of funky hats when I'm outside, and I have been told in other instances, can you take your hat off because we're going, not being just because we're going inside, but we're going into an area that I might be judged in some way, and that's sort of insulting, but I did it just because out of respect. So, you have to kind of also keep your own style, but make sure that you're presentable, that you're washed, that you don't smell, those kind of obvious things. In your environment, obviously, make sure that you, let me just real quickly because I want to help take care of the planet, of course. Take care of your own area. So that's what I was trying to do at that job. Was trying to take care of my area because everything else was bleeding into it. But um, take care of your own area, take care of yourself. Those things you can take responsibility for, and also take care of the planet. If you see litter around your own neighborhood, just grab a couple of gloves and just pick it up and throw it out. And it does really make a tremendous difference. People don't realize how much, but it really, really does. All right, folks, that's it. I went a little long. I appreciate anyone that's listening. For anyone on the podcast, you can also catch this on Spotify and iTunes and all the other podcasts places. And thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's conversation is number 13, which is do not steal, which is another one of those obvious ones that you think, oh yeah, well I know that, but it breaks it down a little bit to in some interesting sections. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right, folks, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And as always, peace.